who determines vulnerable land, and what appeal mechanism is available if I do not agree with that determination? And then a second part to that question is there a legal definition for disturbed, as in the statement, thou shalt not be disturbed, as in disturbing vulnerable land? Stump the panel.
Well, I suspect that the planning staff will decide based on all those criteria that we looked at, and they'll come up with ordinances. They'll go through the Plan Commission and the commissioners, but the vulnerable lands probably in the end will be decided on a site-by-site basis based on the criteria, because it's too broad brush to look at the whole county. You'll have to look at that 20-acre site and look at all those criteria, and if any of those are present, then it becomes vulnerable. So it'll be hard to determine now. A good example is the lake watershed. Lake Monroe watershed has an overlay that has special criteria, and one has to really survey and study a site to determine where the slope lines are, for example, and where you can build and where you can't build. And even that is subject to some discretion and ultimately decision by the planning staff as to how it's interpreted. So I think it's going to be site by site in the end.
So if you went in front of the Plan Commission with a request, the determination would be made at that time, and then if you didn't agree, you would go to the Board of Zoning Appeals, or is that?
No, it would probably be made by the planning staff while you're processing your petition, whatever kind of petition it might be, and they would come up with a report, and then the Plan Commission themselves would be the arbiter of any discrepancies. The Plan Commission interprets the code and is really the final say.
And this would be once the ordinance was written, after the plan is
Yeah.
accepted. Okay.
Morgan, on that, and I'm concerned, I don't know the answer to this, but this is a large blanket area. Actually, it's more than 105,000 acres of Monroe County is covered by vulnerable land. And I'm concerned was there a blanket put over one vulnerable land area and another vulnerable land area and everything between? That may or may not be vulnerable land, and I don't know the answer to that, but again, that's 40% of Monroe County property that's in this one category, where nothing can be done. As you'll see on this, vulnerable land shall not be disturbed.